everywhere. Like there's oh yeah, by the pale blue and white. I can move.
Yeah, I thought it was a chocolate bird and protest as well. I guess like videoing it, because I'm not even sure people would not see it. We perform for each other all the time, not on a grand scale of social media. And they were always asking maybe
Look at the sun dripping the sky. They better fly. Cars come in just as hard as they can tell. Rather live in the woods with the grizzly bear. I like the songs, but I didn't like the cops swinging the tongue. Jumped through an alley, over a wall. Dodged a rubber cannonball. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. Living poor, living rich, go bust.
That's because they have actual jobs, guys.
If I could, I sure
Would you save my soul tonight? Would you cry?
Right, he's definitely.
I literally, like, actually, and I have to damn yeah, first every time. I texted him, and then ever since then, I've been one.
Hearing that's, I'm like angry hearing that.
Yeah.
Bro, this is one microphone.
Cash out? I got cash out. No. Hey, you wanna...
That's Maxim Glugia, Grandmaster, former Blitz champion of the world. Like literally, world Blitz champion. That guy is the former world Blitz champion in the blue shirt. In the blue shirt, the like middle-aged 50s, 60s gentleman.
Okay.
For real. Crazy. He's just hanging out there and people don't even know. He's like a legend. He's still like a 2,600 strong Grandmaster player. I think he's retired from professional classical play, but he comes and plays at the Marshall still and just destroys everybody at Blitz. Not everybody necessarily, like, you know, Andrew Tang also plays at the Marshall, so, but he does very well, very well. Andrew Tang is Penguin GM. I guess he won the summer Centennial tournament. I'm still extremely salty about that, so I haven't checked the results. It was literally one of those, like, fuckboy comes out from behind a tree's kids. Like, hypothetically.
Is that a video?
Kids bring out the queen too early. Not gonna end well for him. Unless, of course, it's the freebie before the paid game. Then it'll turn out well for him. How are you in the same meeting?
A ver, ponle que ponle.
Yeah, a little funny, but that's not.
I think it's pretty easy. So
Also, we need to get like one pasta.
Parks and someone else are golfing. Greg sprained his ankle, so
Everything back. Everything was like fucking.
not like maybe not like a nail fence. It's always like the low.
Living on Buffalo Road before.
It's a good time.
Thing in the mail.
Wait, are they?
I think I would sooner shit my pants than use the bathroom here. I'm actually shocked at how many people are willing to use that bathroom. Turkey left.
All right. Get out of there.
That guy's pretty good too. He's like 2200 probably. Alright, predictably enough, the GoPro overheated. I have no idea how much footage we lost, but it doesn't really matter because it's all the same around here. We're just kind of, you know, people doing people things. So we're gonna walk around a little more. We're gonna go onto the arch because I don't know, I feel nice today. I wasn't gonna go under the arch, but I'll make an exception. Just for you. You're welcome. I feel like you don't really deserve it, but if all of us only ever got what we deserved, we'd all be having a very unpleasant time all the time. So, let's do it. I go like this.
That's how it's.
Yeah, go back down.
I think you might be.
Alright, I'm gonna chill over here for a minute. Not because I need it, but because the GoPro Hero 12 Black needs it because it can't handle by the people of the city of New York to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the inauguration of George Washington as the first president of the United States.
Eu gosto de ficar feliz, cabuloso.
Oh, so that's the Washington in Washington.
Não tem uma combinação de cor mais bonita que
That's right, he
azul e
was a
branco.
president.
That's basic.
Mas ele vai ir? Desde o que? A gente podia
President
passar uns 5
Washington.
meses já. Não tinha um
Yeah, é porque a gente tá aqui e não lá.
É.
Oh, wait.
What?
What a guy.
Mãe.
I'm surprised we have, you know, he seems so eminently cancelable. I mean, surprised we haven't renamed this park yet. Probably only a matter of time. Or maybe he's too much of a sacred cow, even for the 21st century. Maybe like 22nd or 23rd century. I mean, if the United States even exists at that point, which is unlikely. All right. We'll wait a little more because it's hot where the sun is shining. And I know that camera is not going to be able to handle it. It's going to turn off again. Tragic. How would you feel if they made a big fancy statue of you, put it on an arch in your name? Would you like that, or would you be like, that makes me feel weird and awkward and uncomfortable? Or would you be like, hell yeah, I'm the GOAT, bow down? Or maybe both? I don't know. I don't think I would really like it myself. I like attention, but I don't know. Not in that way, I guess. Well, fortunately, I'll probably never have to worry about it. Where to go is the only question from here.
I mean, it's
I guess towards my train, maybe?
Compared to like 35.
Because I'm gonna head back to Hoboken now. But I kind of wanna. That's kind of not far enough. I do want to film like a day's worth of video, which is I don't have right now at the moment. This woman has moved and is sitting looking stylish at a different bench.
I'm about to jinx that. Like, what the hell? It's gonna sound weird.
Sheesh. Alright. I'm just gonna continue being indecisive right now. Big shocker there.
By the way, I don't buy shit with you anyway. When I buy something, I buy it in the store.
Nobody can believe it.
Until next time.
Yes, I can see the advantages of every option
It is
in vivid Technicolor.
Like, how do you feel about getting a rug? And I was like,
You know, and I'm just overwhelmed by the beauty and wonder of life. How could you possibly choose just one option when all of them are so wonderful? When I was in the UK in my early 20s, I was stuck there for a few months, and I was reading this book called The Dice Man. It made a strong impression on me.
No, but I do it a lot.
I remember it to this day, like 20 years later, you know?
Yeah.
In the book, this guy starts out just being like kind of like a normal guy, pretty much.
That's what's been his home ever
It's a book
since.
from the 70s. And then, I don't remember how he starts doing this or what prompts him to start doing it, but he starts like using randomness generating devices to make decisions in his life. And gradually he gets more and more into it, and he starts making more bigger decisions that way. And I think it's kind of one of those like thought experiment novels that tries to see what's going to happen if we take this to its logical conclusion to the max, you know. And I didn't finish it, so I don't know what happens. But maybe I'm saying maybe I'll find out in my own life, because sometimes I feel like the Dice Man. I see the appeal of this way of moving through life. Because then it's just like, it's like playing a roguelike, like Slay the Spire, you know? You can you just have to make the best of whatever fate has decided for you. Maybe that's a good thing to try, actually. A good strategy is like, you take, let's say you're trying to pick between like 8 different things, right? Or maybe even more. And you're like, oh my God, I can't. It's too much. Well, picking between like 3 things, like you do a Slay the Spire with the cards, right, is way easier than picking between like 15 things. So, or maybe it's not actually easier to make the actual right decision, but it feels less overwhelming, I think. And you're less likely to make a decision that is dramatically worse than the best possible decision that you could have made. I think. So what about this? You know, you're in a real life situation. You got your 20 options that you're trying to choose from. I don't know where in life you would actually have 20 options. I guess if you're trying to pick a movie to watch, you use randomness. So this is like the pool of all the cards that are available to your character class that says Spire. Now, you use randomness to narrow the choice down to a random subset of 3 of those options. And then you manually pick between those 3. How about that?
Get you a part.
You like that? I don't know if I like it either, but might be worth a shot. It's just like, what? Well, it's not that hard. It's a little cumbersome if the interface to do this isn't set up for you already. It's a little cumbersome to do this manually, but not that cumbersome. Like, you find some online tool that does a random pick X from Y, and then you put in your options by hand. Let's say the movies or the restaurants. You click the button, and then you get your options. So it's more data entry that you'd want. You'd want to just be able to, you know, click the options to select them instead of having to cut and paste their titles. Boy, am I a sleepy monkey. Where is that coming from? So, you know, as vibrant and varied as the scene is in Union Square, I have to say, walking around slowly in there makes me realize that, like, I can't do it, man. I like running. I like running, or I like walking. If I'm gonna be walking, it's gotta be somewhere I haven't walked before, like ever, or at least not recently. Because otherwise, it's just like I don't get the kife from it. Like, it's fine, you know, and I can be like, oh, look at that. Look at these interesting details. What an unusual outfit. Or why is that person juggling, you know, 6 Rubik's Cubes? Or this man is, like, naked in the pool, in the fountain pool. You know, typical Washington Square Park things. But then, that's cool and all. And maybe somebody was like not maybe lived in the city for a long time. It's more of a, it's fresher, so it's more exciting. But I just want to see like an abandoned warehouse with an old hand-painted sign, man, that I haven't seen before, over by a car shop, and then some kind of like slurry or like gravel dump, a big empty parking lot. That's why I'm not saying it needs to be perfectly deserted. Like, I want there to be some people there too, but it's not really that much about the people primarily. They're a kind of a necessary side dish, or a desirable side dish. Not necessary. Because I would go on these long walks in Ohio when I was staying briefly in 2015 in this small town called Findlay in Ohio. And, you know, there are signs of habitation everywhere, signs of people, like their houses. There are mini strip malls or whatever. But I wouldn't actually see a lot of people on the street because, you know, when you're out in these small towns, nobody walks anywhere ever, and it's like more dangerous to walk places than it is in LA because nobody expects anybody to be walking. None of the drivers expect it. They don't make allowances for it. But anyway, I was really enjoying walking around there and exploring and seeing all the like just kind of sad, kind of forlorn locations. You know, single story, like, not even a mini mall, just like an area with some shops, parking lot, and it was in the winter, so there was snow, and it's like a real estate office that's closed, a gym that's closed because it's Sunday, then like a dental office, a nail salon. Then you go, there's some kind of like barbecue sandwich fast food place across the 4-lane like regional highway. All right, we're not gonna go under the arch again, but we're gonna go past it. This is a popular skater spot. Often see skaters doing little skater things over here. Practicing their flips and such. Alright, I guess let's go to Union Square. We might as well, because it's not that far, and it's nah. There's nothing in Union Square that I want to see right now. Maybe there's something in Union Square that you want to see, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. Still really can't run. There's something wrong with my left hip. I kind of can, but maybe I just need to try sitting in a different chair. Honestly, something as basic as that. Maybe it's my chair that's fucking me up. I don't know what else, you know. I don't know what else to try. Doctor not gonna do me any good. They never do you any good. You know what I want? I want a delicious beverage, like a boba, but not sweet, and without the bobas. So like a water, or not sweetened iced tea. I'm gonna go to De Novo and find something tasty there. Or if I see like a smoothie spot on the way, I'll hit that up, because the thing is, a smoothie spot is, man, smoking just straight up crack on the side. People just should be smoking crack, man. It's crazy. This is the crack corner of Washington Square Park. At night, if you come to this corner, people start offering you drugs. I say, no thank you, sir. No thank you, officer. I got all my drugs already. I purchased them earlier. Yeah, this is Babbo. This place used to be the hot shit before Mario Batali got canceled. I don't know, maybe he's already uncanceled. Maybe people have forgotten and don't care anymore. I really don't know. Don't care. I have not been there, but I hear it's good. Or was good. Shit, Italian place.
Yeah.
When I worked at in the, what was it, the late 2000s, it's like 2007, 2008, I worked at this place called Circles, which was a subcontractor for American Express. Not a subcontractor, a contractor for American Express. American Express contracted with Circles to provide the telephone concierge service for their platinum and black card members. So it was a bunch of like, you know, GED,
With the goop, like the
having people from Southie who had never been to New York in their life, and me, and one of the Kennedy family people who's like a manager. Very weird mix of people. They were, you know, manning these phones, and people would be calling in and they'd be asking like they want to go see a show on Broadway. Mostly it was people calling in to do stuff for New York. I don't know why, actually. I guess because New York is one of the very biggest cities in the world, and the biggest city in the country. Anyway, we were expected to kind of like pretend like we really knew New York. So that was bullshit scam number one. Bullshit scam number two was that we were expected to try to scam our partner, our vendor partner, American Express, the company that had contracted with us, by basically upselling, trying to get callers to ask us to do additional things for them. It's really kind of tragic how consistently this thing fails to basically do the job that it's supposed to do, which is not turn off under normal operating conditions from overheating. Anyway, yeah, so, you know, we were just supposed to, like, try to get them to ask us for specific, for additional things, whether or not it seemed like they really needed them. Like, for example, I would never suggest to somebody to actually drive into Manhattan. That's fucking insane. Like, take public transportation of some kind, right? But, whatever. That was the metric that we were evaluated on, is how many requests on average were we able to generate per caller. And there were like tiers, you know, you had to meet a certain threshold to keep your job, and then if you were above like 2.5 or something, they put you on the honor board and whatever bullshit, you know, they give you $1 raise. But the reason they wanted us to do this was, of course, not so that the callers would have a better and more helpful experience, but because our contract with the American Express was, the way it was set up was they paid us $70 for every request that we fulfilled for a caller. So if a caller made one request and we did it for them, they would pay, American Express would pay us $70. But if we also got them to ask us for 2 other useless things, like, we'll send you a list of shopping suggestions that we found on Google. We don't know whether any of them are any good whatsoever because we've never been to fucking New York. And even if we had been to fucking New York, we wouldn't have the money to shop at these stores anyway. Just the most basic, surface level, easily accessible public information that anybody could find on like yahoo.com, right? $70 to American Express. Big plus sign, big thumbs up on your performance review. Basically, you know, typical horse shit. This is how money is made by and large in this country. It's just people stealing back and forth from each other. Oh boy, what a good buddy. He is excited about the bottle being opened. Yeah, so this is, what is it, 6th Avenue. 6th Avenue is a nice avenue. It's the avenue that, the PATH train that goes to Hoboken, that I take to get back to Hoboken. It's the one that it runs on. It goes up to 34th Street, which is Herald Square, where Koreatown is.
No, I just honestly barked.
Koreatown is, sounds like a neighborhood, but it's like, I don't know. There's one block of 32nd Street between 6th and 5th that is like really the core of it, and it's really popping. So many restaurants, not just on the first floor, but like second story, third story. So many other businesses. And then that's not it. There are a few more blocks, but none of them are even half as popping as that one block. So it's not like Chinatown in South Manhattan, which is like a whole ass neighborhood with many blocks. But still. I mean, it's cool that there's more Korean food, more Korean, especially more Korean food here now than there used to be. Stuff I really like. The tofu hot pots. They got this cold mashed potato thing that is friggin' bomb, bubba. Man, I really just want a delicious, refreshing beverage. I'm not gonna lie. You know me, I love to lie, but can't ever do it right now. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so those two are going into Dainobu, which is a Japanese grocery that has really good snacks, really good onigiri, drinks. But I don't feel like turning out my camera. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do it because it's actually quite easy. I'm gonna turn it on because I need to splice this video anyway. So I'll see you in a second. I'm gonna go into Dainobu and I'm gonna get myself an unsweetened iced tea and I'm gonna enjoy the heck out of it. Hello, welcome back. I have secured myself a papaya drink from Dainobu. It is called papaya milk and it is from Taiwan. What is in it? Water, sugar, milk. I've had the lychee one and the banana one. They're both really good, so I have high hopes for the papaya one. My high hopes were justified. It is delicious. Yummy. We'll buy again, and we'll buy again as a matter of fact. Also, I love the can. I collect cans, drink cans, so this one goes into the collection. It's a pain in the ass to move them, but you get kind of just the plastic bins like people put clothes into and stuff, and then you can fit like 20 or 30 in there, and then the bin is surprisingly light, so you're like, yay. And they're, you know, they're metal, so it doesn't really, they don't really break or anything. They're not fragile. They're just awkwardly shaped and not foldable. All right. Now we continue north. I guess I'll go to 23rd Street and catch the... well, you know what? What the heck? We need to make this video a little bit longer, I think, right? Anyway. So, let's see how we feel. I might just walk up to Herald Square, the Koreatown area that I was telling you about. I've actually been there. I went there in one of the videos because I was showing you, you know, the board and card game shops of New York. And there's one there called The Complete Strategist. But I'm now realizing that there's another one there that I haven't been to that I would like to go to. And maybe we'll also, you know, look at it from the outside. It's called Montasi Comics. And they actually run a lot of Magic events. So I definitely want to check it out. Maybe even pop in there. Purchase some Magic product. I've been trying to find somebody who still has Throne of Eldraine booster boxes. Not Wilds of Eldraine, but Throne of Eldraine. But like, good luck to me. It's not even available on Noble Knight. I want to do like a plane draft. This is all very imaginary. It's for like when I have friends, you know, so I can do that with them. But basically, like, instead of doing a single set draft, do a draft that incorporates several sets that are set. Several sets that are set in the same plane. So like Innistrad, you know, is an obvious example, but Kamigawa would be another example. But also there are 2 Eldraine sets now. I don't know if that would work at all, if the mechanics would match, or if the power levels would be compatible. But it'd be an interesting thing to try. I wonder if... I feel like the design team at WotC must at least try a little bit to think about that. It's not going to be their priority. The priority is that drafting works within a set. But still, it stands to reason that cards from the same plane should have some kind of like tendency to synergize a little bit easier. Even across sets.
Get down. My style.
I really I hate drumming so much. I hate street drumming. I hate it. It's my least favorite kind of street performance by far. So more for you, I guess, if you love it. Enjoy. Oh, that's good. They said don't have FOMO because you got the drink with the foam. A lot of street fair stuff today. Actually, same deal on what is it? 4th Avenue, I think. Yeah, the one that goes into Union Square, on the borders Union Square on the east side. I was there for a couple of blocks, and they also had, you know, food and dream catchers type fair. Master Panda. I think the thing to do is to have things that are really You gotta have stuff that is temperature appropriate, like weather appropriate. That's really easy to eat or drink. And that's Instagrammable. And then you're golden. I mean, it helps if it tastes pretty good. Okay, this is going like a fair way. They got the cucumber pineapple, they got the aguas frescas. They look beautiful. Look at this. I mean, the colors are gorgeous. If I didn't have my papaya milk already, I would be getting one of those right now. I thought about it even with my papaya milk. I didn't decide against it because I'm frugal. I decided against it because I'm lazy. Oh, too lazy to get an agua fresca. You wouldn't think it's possible. You'd probably think I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. There's fufu and egusi soup. There's chicken pepper soup. These are dishes I've never tried. Jollof fried rice. That's stuff that I gotta try in the future. But see, to me, that does not feel weather appropriate. Now, maybe if I was African, I would be like, silly white man, this is perfect summer food. But you gotta keep in mind your target audience, I think, a little bit, which is gonna be some Africans, but also you're trying to get new people to try your food, right? To generate new business. Eggman. Why is it called Eggman if they're selling fruit? I don't understand it.
Where did you get the cotton candy?
Where are the eggs?
I think they're
This looks great, but it'll be too sweet for me right now after my sweet drink. Also, I'm too lazy. Feeling lazy today, extra lazy. It's hot. That's part of it. Part of it is that I'm naturally lazy. It's my favorite luxury, is being lazy. Very expensive luxury, probably the most expensive luxury of all. Oof. My belly filling up with papaya milk. Oh.
How's that? Alright, I've done this before.
So this is a club, by the way. Church looking building. I didn't know that for the longest time. I spent years walking past it, not knowing or realizing it was a club, even though it's not even actually that they're not that down low about it. If you just pay a little bit of attention, you'll figure it out. I mean, for me, it's moot. I don't go clubbing anyway, but it's nice to know things. Boom, 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 boom. I go chess clubbing. So I guess I do go clubbing. Just different kind of clubbing. Same deal though. Same idea. Nice.
Why did you do that?
You New York City voter? Shabbat. But like unfortunately,
Zambaluskas. Is it gonna win?
Is that what the Yonkers is?
Probably. There's a platter of this. There's a platter of that. All right, cool. Now we're at 23rd Street. I could get on the path here, but I'm gonna just keep walking now that we're halfway to Herald Square in Koreatown. And we're just gonna do that, and then head back from there. We'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up there. Anyway, I think this is maybe actually even new, in that I've gone up 5th Avenue and Broadway. I don't think I've done 6th Avenue. Huh? You can see it has its own character. Alright, we shut off again from the heat. I'm gonna walk slowly and stay in the shade. If it happens again, then I'm going to take a little break, hang out at one spot, and then resume after cameras cool down a little bit. I'm walking slower as though that will have any effect on the camera not overheating. I just realized how insane that is.
Way up the hill. You're like not even close to the. You're not even close.
Alright, that stairs pretty different.
Oh. Okay, I know what might have been happening, actually. I have the app open on my phone, and it's a big no-no to have the app running at the same time as you're trying to record, because the Bluetooth code is apparently not well optimized and overheats the fuck out of the camera. Or maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's costly even if it's optimized heat-wise. Anyway, I noticed that if you turn the app off, the camera is less likely and or slower to overheat. Today is the main event of the WSOP online circuit series. I think I'm gonna play. It's a $500 entry fee, 300K guaranteed tournament. So, you know, take a shot one time. I like to put, you know, maybe $1,000 a month in play, taking shots in bigger tournaments. First of all, because I do think I have a slight edge. Maybe not in an online 500. For sure in a live 1,000 or even 2,000 tournament I do. Or, okay, not for sure maybe, but based on what I've seen on the play at those stakes, I feel like I do. But online is a different story, obviously. Still, my results are good. And even though I do have, you know, something like a sample size for FTTs, although it's stretched out over many, many years. So actually I don't. So basically I have no idea. But I think, you know, since I don't try to get tricky, I usually lay dredge, I play straightforward. I know ICM because I used to play sit and goes a lot, and I'm pretty good at ICM. I pay attention, I one table. I think that makes a big difference. I make an effort to focus. I would like to hope that I'm, you know, at worst, like 20%, negative 20% ROI, something like that. I don't think that's the case, but I don't think it's worse than that. So, to pay $100 to have a small but not infinitesimal shot at a 5-digit score, and, you know, several hours of fun, on average at least a couple hours, it's not a bad deal, even if you just look at it purely as entertainment. The thing is, it's like I need to have very significantly negative ROI, I think, to actually have well, what do I mean? Like if I think I stand to lose $100 on average, I don't think it's actually a losing proposition for me to play, because psychological benefit of a 5-figure score is adds extra financial value to it, essentially. It's just like, let's say you win $50,000 in a poker tournament, right? It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. Like, it's not a lot of money in the sense that you could now quit your job. But to me, it is a lot of money in the sense that I now feel much more secure financially. I've never had $50,000 in the bank in my life. So it would also just be a fun first for me. Definitely the worst financial decision I've ever made was go to get a game
How's
design
everything with you?
MFA.
Not me.
Because I went into so much debt for something that does not actually prepare me for a job that pays any reasonable amount of money. Like, even if you get a design job, it still doesn't pay a reasonable amount of money. Even in the industry, in AAA. You have to be a producer, a programmer, or quite a senior designer, technical designer. Then you're making like okay money. Still worse than you could be making in our industry. And yeah, it gives you, like in the long run, I might feel better about it because it does give you the opportunity to teach, which is a nice job. But you have to already be set financially for that to be a nice job, because you don't want to be teaching university if that's your sole source of income and you don't have a very sizable nest egg, you know. It's just that it doesn't pay well enough for an adult. I think even if you're a full-time, even if you're a tenure track, yes, you have good flexibility in that job, and the job itself is fun and fulfilling, although very draining, very very time-consuming, much more time-consuming than is acknowledged if you're serious about doing a good job. Doesn't actually leave you very much time for your own projects that you're expected to work on, or anyway, it's just a kind of a nice thing, academia is a nice thing to retire into. But not really a good career straight out of grad school, because it's like, what are you doing? You haven't done anything. You don't have any business really being a professor at that point. I experienced this, I taught, and I can help my students to a degree because they're so far behind me. Even with where I am after graduating grad school, like certain students, but I can't really help people understand what'll get them hired, what'll get them a job, essentially, what'll allow them to support themselves working in the field that they want to be working in. Because I haven't done it myself. So That's a lot of people teaching at the NYU Game Center. Is almost nobody has actually had like senior job, or at least when I was there, like I don't think anybody had either senior jobs in industry or significantly commercially successful careers as independents. That changed when Bennett showed up, but actually even then, I don't know if Bennett Foddy had commercial success yet at that time, because it was before Getting Over It was released. So he was a cult legend because of Quap and Clop and those things. Because of Quap, essentially. But you know, I don't know how much money Quap had made him up to that point. It was a flash game that was generating revenue from ads. He was getting some money, probably, but and it's, you know, the Game Center is less about trying to get people a job at AAA than USC or Full Sail or the Guildhall or many of the other programs, and that's fine. You know, obviously it's an MFA after all, so okay, like it's cool, you know. Yes, trained people who are going to be independent game artists, but you still have to prepare them to actually make a living doing that. And by living, I don't mean like 40,000 a year cobbled together from adjuncting. I mean like 6 figures. And if you can't do that, then you don't have any business charging people the amount of money that you're charging them for the program. You're just scamming them. All right. I am going to try to find this. Yeah. So this is Herald Square, and the Koreatown is where we're at right now, and I am going to try to find this Montasi Comics place. But first, I'll walk you down that main block that I was telling you about. Or Greeley Square, it's also called there, I guess. Montasi Comics is on 5th Avenue and 38th Street. Okay, so close but not quite cigar. 5th Avenue? How the fuck do they afford? Some of these places, I'm confused, man. I'm like, what? How? It's gotta be just like trust fund vanity projects or something, which is fine. If you have the money for it, okay, fine. Do it, go for it. Support the culture. Yeah, see, it's even called Korea Way, West 32nd Street. I think if we already walked here, which we might have, you know, that's cool, because we'll just do it again. Yeah, see how their business is many stories up. Nail bar on the 4th floor. There's an udon lab. It's actually not where my favorite restaurants in the area are, and not on this street. There's a couple streets north of here. There's a place I really like. That is kind of family style Korean food. There's a candied fruit from the freaking street fair. I missed the introduction of the candied fruit to the American street food vocabulary. I'm behind the times. I'm out of the loop. Oh man, I have such a good arcade game idea right now. Called Out of the Loop. I'm a really good arcade game designer, actually. But it's very lonely work and there's no money in it, so if it was at least one of those two things in it, then I would do it probably. But maybe if I have $1 million or a couple million at some point, I'll come back to it.
We have both of them.
My levels of originality are basically unmatched when it comes to abstract arcade action game design. But amusingly, even though when I play games, I really love to play strategy games, I don't seem to have any aptitude for strategy game design. At least I haven't showed it yet. And I don't find it as enjoyable to do either.
So I recommend.
Alright, so it's 6 blocks north of here, so I'm actually gonna have to come back a few blocks to catch the path. But it's okay. We'll walk to Montasi, we'll wrap up this walk there. We'll say goodbye. And then we'll agree to meet again. Well, you don't have to agree, but I will announce that I will be posting more videos. You can come and go as you please. Whoa. There's Shaky Shaky, there's the Shoo Shoo Pop. Wow. Banana blueberry carrot. I gotta drink more smoothies. Smoothies are like junk food, like soda for adults. I like them. I don't know if they're healthier than sodas, but they do contain more vitamins. They do contain many ingredients that people have been consuming for a long time without dying. Although, of course, maybe if they've been consuming other ingredients or not consuming those ingredients, they would have been living even longer and better. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I like just taking my time, walking nice and slow in front of a car that's trying to like roll its way into the turn on right on red. Like, nah, why don't you just wait? Gives me considerable satisfaction to not allow them to cut. That man doesn't need to go that hard. It was unnecessary. It was unnecessary to look that dapper. Whoa. 36. 2 more blocks until Montasi. I think they might have a tournament going on in there today, a magic tournament. I don't know. We'll peek in. We'll see what's happening. Not with the camera, but you'll know that I would go on to peek in after I turn off the camera. Absolutely would never ever guess that there's a magic art store on these blocks. I mean, would you? Like what? Okay. looking at the windows to try to find any evidence of this place, like up there, you know, somewhere. I do not see it. Okay, I see it. You see it? There it is. Saturday Expo is still happening? I guess so. Okay. Yeah, we're not that far from the Javits Center, which is where the Anime Expo would be if it was happening, but all right, yeah, here we go. Montassi. 2 stories of nerd joy. I'm gonna head in there and mostly ignore most of it, but look at some of the stuff. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you another time, maybe. This is Wiley. Bye.